Hello, everybody, and welcome to Vaidya's Chess Hub. And by the way, a very warm greetings of the International Mother's Day to all your moms. And well, if you are already a mother like Pooja ma'am, congratulations. Now, don't be surprised if you know that someone or some country had it celebrated last Sunday. There's always division. Some countries celebrate it on the first Sunday. Some countries celebrate it on the second Sunday of May. So here in India, it's today. So happy Mother's Day to all. And the kids, you should not forget to wish your mother on this lovely day. Anyway, I hope you are at home safe and ready for today's lecture. And well, what's today? The thing that I have decided to do today is we will analyze the games that were played in the tournament on Thursday. Now, the interesting thing here is I won't tell you the name of the player right at the start, because if I do that, well, then the other players will probably show some lack of interest. So I have shortlisted about 6 to 7 games. We'll see how much we can manage in 1 hour. But the idea is that I have shortlisted games that display the same pattern more or less of the mistakes that you guys are making. So I will tell you the name of the player after the analysis is over. Until that, I will just refer to him or her as the player. So I won't tell you the name right at the start. Okay, so I hope that you are excited and ready, and the parents also. Actually, people have told me that there are parents who watch our live session as well. You're welcome, and if one of them is a mother, then happy Mother's Day to you again. And please make sure that you understand the mistakes that are getting repeated. Okay, playing tournaments is perfect, but then you have to stop making the same errors. And I am yet waiting for Granth Utekar's response about whether he participated in the tournament. I have no idea about that. Anyway, let's get started. So the first game I'm going to pull up in front of you is... Let me just get ready, guys. Okay, this is the game that I have first up for you. We are going to study it from the black side. Let me be here. Yes, so now you see me, and now you can also see the board. Probably it's important for me to be of a bigger frame here, because I want answers from you as to why this happened. So the time control was 5+3 for the tournament, as you know. And the first game that I'm going to show you, the white player played e4, black player played e5. There's no mistake here. White player continued with knight f3, and the black player played knight c6. Perfect, there's no problem so far. Then the white player played bishop d3. Now this is the first move that annoys me, but it's black that we are studying, so let us focus only on the black side at the moment. If, to be honest, if you are black here, you should be happy, because then this bishop has come at such a bad square that he's stopping this pawn and of course hampering the development of this bishop. I want you to properly understand the basics. So this is a move that makes me happy from the black side, and yet black lost this game. So I will continue and show you why, what happened here. Knight to f6. I don't feel that this is a bad move at all. No problem. Another piece developed. White castled, and black played bishop to e7. So black is also getting ready for castling. So far so good, is it not? I'm happy. I'm really happy. Okay, so now here in the game, bishop b5 was played. Now that is what I actually don't like. See, why would you play bishop b5, giving your bishop a move 2 times? So from f1 you moved your bishop to d3 in order to protect the pawn, and now from d3 again you want to go to b5, leaving this pawn hanging. So this is the error that you must all avoid, but still it's black perspective that we want, so we will just continue with the game. Here bishop d6 was played. I don't know why. There was a pawn for the taking. Black should have definitely taken the pawn here. So mistake number one from the black side, should have taken the free pawn. Didn't do that. Okay, these are the moves, and now here there's something that I want to share. At this move here, okay, now this move is by white, d4, which is a bad push. Let us count how many times d4 is attacked and defended. d4 pawn is attacked, rather defended twice, and it is attacked 3 times. So that's a very bad push from the white player. But anyway, at the moment the focus is on the black player, so this is actually good for black. So then what happened? So this is what happened. Just look at the continuation now. I don't want you to make such errors. Black took with the pawn, then white pushed the knight back to e2, and now you will not believe what black played here. Black played knight takes e4. What is that? What is that? That's a blunder. You should notice such things. The black player, I will tell the name very soon now. This knight was pinned here to the queen, and still to be tempted just to take the pawn without the thought of losing the queen is unacceptable. So you know about pins, and that is what the player did. Knight takes e4 and the player lost the queen. Is that what you want? Is that how you want to play chess? I'm afraid the answer is no. We don't want the chess game, a chess game played like this. Okay, oh, Omkar sir is here. Hello Omkar sir, giving you a shout out. Welcome, 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 absolutely. Well, Omkar sir is here. Let me come on cam. He is one of our mentors. He is one of our teachers at the Vaidya's Chess Up. Omkar sir, welcome. What we are doing is we are analyzing the games played in a tournament created for Vaidya Chess Up players. I'm sure you will enjoy that. Welcome to our channel, sir. And I hope you are safe. So let's go back to the game. I was showing you the game. Yes, here we are. So the knight was pinned to the knight, and now what's happening is that he is going to lose the queen. So knight took on e4, bishop took the queen, rook took the bishop, big deal, and the game continues as follows. Okay, there's another lovely example of how the black player is not paying any attention to white's intentions. White played the move queen g4. So the idea of pushing the queen to g4 is to attack the knight on e4, and the knight on e4 is hanging. I'm sure all of you by now know the term hanging. Okay, Nijapkar has joined us. Hello Nijapkar. So you know that the term hanging. So the queen went back to g4, the knight is hanging, and yet white is completely ignorant about it, and white just attacked the queen one more time, totally overlooking that the knight is hanging. So queen took the knight. So I'm going to stop my analysis here because there are definitely a few things to share. Number one, that you're not analyzing or taking into account your opponent's last move. You should be analyzing opponent's last move. Secondly, you should look at hanging pieces. Right in the opening, let's go back. Right at the opening stage, you had a free pawn to take here. After this move by white, clearly black had a free pawn to take. Knight takes e4 is perfectly okay here in this position. So number one, take into account opponent's last move. And the second point is watch out for hanging pieces. The piece that was pinned, the knight, black just gave the queen away. If you want to win more games, stop giving away your pieces. That is my mantra. And now I will give you some interesting thing in the chat. Can you tell me the name of the black player here? Just giving you a minute. Everyone has a minute to guess the name of the black player. It's a guesswork. Of course you don't know. So who was the player with the black pieces? Any idea? The queen is lost, yes. So let's see if Shriram says that it's me. I lost this game. So Shriram, was it you? I am going to reveal it. Just a minute. Anybody else with any other guess is welcome. It's just a guess, I know, if you don't know. Shriram has taken responsibility saying that it's me. Shriram in the chat is saying here that it's me. Vihang says, no idea who would make this blunder. Okay, so time for me to share who the player is. And the player who made this blunder is Arya Sonic, Arya Mahakal. So Arya Mahakal, if you want to win more games, you should not give away your queen like that. The bishop was pinning your knight and you just moved the knight for a pawn and you did not take the free pawn when you were offered the pawn. And lastly, pay attention at opponent's last move. Remember, the queen went to g4, was attacking your knight. So avoid such errors. It is no one else but Arya Mahakal that we are talking about. So Arya, please improve upon these so you can start winning more games or at least start playing better. Next game, guys. Let's go to the next game. And in this game, that is game number 2, again we have to analyze this from the black's perspective. Let me pull up the game in front of you now. Okay, we are ready for this game. I hope you are also ready. So here white opens with e4. Let's proceed to the next game, guys. And black played e4, e5, e7, e5. And then Danish gambit. Okay, the Danish gambit was tried and black played d6. Now I have never liked this response. When I am white, I play the Danish gambit myself, but I don't like this response by black. Let's go back. Whenever white plays d4, the best, in my opinion, the best move is for black to take the pawn. That's why you played e5. You played e5. You played e5 so that you can take on d4. You want to control d4. So why would you go ahead and play d6? Now what happens with a move like d6 is that in case white chooses to take the pawn and then you take back, well, then you have this queen takes queen with a check and the king has to take the queen, and then this is bad for black. I'm not saying it's lost, but then it is bad for black. You don't want to play from this position so early in the game. So this is bad. I did not like this move d6, but that did not happen in the game. The white player played knight to c3. I don't know why. White player should have taken that pawn. So black got a chance to come back in the game with knight to c6, then knight to d4, bishop e7, bishop d3, knight to f6, knight to f3, castling. White also castled. And black played knight g4. So here black has broken one important principle in chess. What is that important principle in chess? The important principle in chess is not to move the same piece twice. I repeat, not to move the same piece twice. You should not move the same piece twice. In the sense, it's not losing, but then it loses tempo. Your bishop on c8 is still not developed. Why would you want to move the same knight just in order to get an attack on this well defended e3 bishop? I don't like that. But anyway, that's not such a bad move. The bad moves are coming up. Now here white played queen to f3. Black played the move a5. Notice that this is not hanging at all, protected by the bishop. So I'm okay with this. h3. And now here is the mistake. Look at this. White played h3. So white played h3 with the intention of attacking the knight, right? Attacking the knight, right? And look at the black's response. Black is playing queen f6, disregarding what his opponent played. So you have to pay attention to the opponent's last move. Your knight is attacked. Is it Arya Mahakal again? I will let you know after some more moves. So here the queen was, the knight is already in the harm's way, and now black has placed his queen in harm's way. Who does that? He thought that there will be an exchange of the queens, but that did not happen. So queen was placed in harm's way, and I don't like what I see here. So bishop takes queen, and now look at that. There was a way to save this knight and to at least regain a piece in return of the queen, but black did not do that. Black played bishop takes bishop, and he still gave the knight. It's amazing. Easily black should have played knight takes f6 and at least saved his knight here, at least given the queen, and now also giving up the knight. So these are the mistakes that you must try to avoid. I'm sure you're enjoying this. This is what, you know, thinking is very important, guys. Okay. And what else now? Do I need to go any further? I think we'll go on for a few more moves here. Wow, now this is again amazing. The thing is, white played this move not just to attack the bishop, but the bishop and the queen is eyeing a checkmate here. But who bothers to look at all those things? Who looks at those things? So black just played bishop takes check, rook takes, and stopped the mate this way. I suppose h6 was a much better way to stop this mate, but the way chosen was f5, and f5 was played to stop opponent from taking on h7, right, blocking the path. Still black took and allowed this, and it was checkmate. So now again a minute for you to guess who the black player is. Go ahead and type in the chat. Can you guess who it is? Anybody claiming responsibility? Again, Redekar, are you saying that it's you? So Samartha is saying maybe it's Arya's second game. Who is this player? Is it Arya again? Is it someone else? Is it a girl player? Okay, time for me to reveal the answer. And you will not believe this, I don't like saying this, but actually this black player who gave his queen away like that is none other than our very own master Pratik Katti. Pratik did this. I don't believe this, but when I was analyzing and going through the games, Pratik, what's up? You gave your queen like that? No, don't do that the next time. You just gave your queen away. So Pratik is the player with black pieces here, and this is not impressive. This is not impressive at all. Just gave your queen. So make sure that you improve, Pratik. We are now going to proceed to our next game. And for the next game, let me see. We are going to analyze it again from the black side. So the black player's perspective. Well, Kavish is saying it's not checkmate. Kavish, it is checkmate. The rook controlled the f7 square. I'm sure you're looking at the f7 square. It's checkmate. You should see that. You should see such things. So Pratik, don't be sorry. I'm just saying that this is what you can improve to play better chess. And you will play better. Just that avoid these things in the future. Very well done. And Kavish, it is checkmate. The rook has the open file. You should go ahead and check that position. It's checkmate. Okay, so let us proceed to the next game. I will pull up the game window. There you go. We are again going to study from the black's perspective. The game began with d4. That's a surprise. Some d4 player, and response d5. No problem with that. Knight f3 and bishop f5. No problems. g3, e5. Now this is a blunder, is it not? e5. This is a big time blunder. Whoever this black player is, it's a blunder. this e5 pawn has been attacked twice, and do you know how many times it is defended? Zero. And yet the audacity of the black player, it's not a gambit, it's not the England gambit, you don't play it like that. e5 here is a bad move. So white just happily took the pawn, and as if one pawn is not enough, never play f6, never open this diagonal. Guys, as a beginner, this is the worst thing you want to do. Expose the dangerous diagonal, the e8 h5 diagonal. Never expose that diagonal. I hope you're making notes about the points I'm sharing with you. They will take your chess to the next level. Please remember that. So never expose the diagonal, and so white took, and this time at least black should have taken with the knight, developing a piece and taking the pawn, but no, black took with the g pawn, further exposing the king along this particular region. It's bad. Now you don't even have the g6 push, not that you need it, but it's bad. So bishop g2, fianchetto, knight d7, queen took the free pawn. Remember, the knight came on d7, blocking the path. The queen was protecting the pawn. So queen took it, and now it is here that you should pay attention to opponent's last move. Opponent played queen d5. Now that bishop on f5 is hanging. Sure, right? It is hanging. Do you think black noticed that? Of course not. He played knight b6. Inviting white to take the hanging bishop on f5. Watch this again. The queen takes the pawn. Now the queen is attacking the bishop. You should pay attention at least at opponent's last move, and knight b6 and queen takes f5. Just free pieces here and there. That is not the way to play better chess. Stop gifting your pieces for free like that. Then you will find that you will win many more games than you currently do. Now I did not understand this move at all. Look at this move, knight e3. What was the black player thinking? Just a fork? But isn't this knight actually hanging here on e3? And white happily just took. I'm going to stop my analysis here. Two pieces have been given away. And now again a minute for you to guess who this player is. Okay, who is this player? You have a minute and I will reveal the name. You have a minute in the chat. Who is this player? Giving the bishop away, giving the knight away like that. Why was it compulsory for him to move the knight? I don't understand. No guesses? Jay thinks that it might be Prajna who might have done this. Time for me to reveal the answer. It's not Prajna. The player here is Rutu Mitbaukar. So Rutu played like this. I'm really sad, Rutu, because of the way you gave two pieces. But you are still pretty much new to the hub. So you are excused. But learn from these errors and next time play better. You are just giving away pieces. Watch your opponent's last move. The queen came on d5. The queen was attacking your bishop. You should have saved your bishop. Don't gift your pieces just like that. Then you would win a lot of games. Lot more games. Time for us to proceed to the next game. I will let you know whether it is from the white's perspective or black perspective. We are going to study it from the white perspective for the first time. We have a white perspective game. And here we go. So here in this game, opening was e3. So you should easily play e4, but e3 is not a blunder. So okay, let's see what happens. e5, bishop c4. Black played queen h4. Now why did black play queen h4? Black played queen h4 in order to attack this bishop on c4, which is hanging. Do you think white player paid attention to that? No. It's amazing why players don't pay attention and only focus on their plan. So white player here is going to focus on his plan. He says, I don't worry about what black is playing here. So white played queen to f3. White is very happy. I'm going to go for a checkmate here. Queen takes f7, king to d8, and queen takes f8 mate. White is very happy in his own plans. So happy. But white has just forgotten what black played. Black played the queen to h4. Your bishop is hanging, sir. Would you pay attention to that first? And obviously gave the bishop away. Lucky for white, black didn't take it. So black is also equally a great player. And I will tell you, this time I will tell you the names of both the players. Because this is also hilarious by black not to take this free bishop. The bishop on c4 is just hanging. But black played knight to f6, not taking it, saving the mate. Black also was very convinced that I will be checkmated f7 and then f8. It's amazing. And now let's continue the game. Again, there is checkmate threat. And look at the continuation. Beautiful checkmate. So white thought I will checkmate black, but not paying attention at this move. When black played this move, queen to f5, not only was he providing protection to this knight which was attacked, but also setting up queen takes f2. That's what you should look forward to. But white was busy. White was, as I said, white was so busy focusing on his own checkmate plans. So black did not just stop his checkmate. He also launched his own checkmate threat by making queen f5 move. And white fell for that. So name of the white player and the black player here. Try to guess the names. It's okay, Rutu. Next time you should play better. But now focus on this game here. So who was the great white player who opened with e3, gave the free bishop? And who was the black player who did not take the free bishop? Try to guess the names of these two extraordinary gentlemen. Who are these two players now? This is amazing. Any guesses? Grant, I'm still waiting for your reply. Did you play in this Thursday tournament or no? I'm yet to get a reply from you. So Nijapkar thinks that it is India 12. Black is Sriram. You know what? Jay is right. Jay is right. Black is indeed Sriram Redekar. So black is that great player who did not take that white bishop. Amazing. Jay is so right about it. Let me come on the cam. Jay is right. Black is Sriram. So Sriram, you should have taken the bishop. But who was that great white player who lost like this? It is Kavish. Jay is right again. Jay, it's amazing. Did you see this game or what? The white player is Kavish. So Kavish, if you're watching, this was you. You played this game. First you opened with e3. Then you focused only on your checkmate plan. You did not notice that there was queen h5 and queen was attacking your bishop. You should have seen those details and you got checkmated. And Sriram, if you are watching this, you were the one. You did not take that free bishop. Amazing, amazing. Jay, you say that you have seen this game? Amazing. That shows involvement. So he's absolutely right in guessing the names of these players. Time for us to proceed to the next game. And let me tell you the perspective here this time. We are going to analyze it from the black's perspective. Let me pull up the board for you. There you go. So in this game, e4, e5 was played, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop b5. So this is the Spanish opening, and now it is going to be interesting. So far it's perfect theory, there's no problem I see here. And Berlin defense, knight f6 by black. Who are these two players? Amazing, is it not? Just amazing. Then knight to c3 was played, a6 attacking the bishop. Bishop took the knight and took the pawn, took with the pawn. Knight takes e5. This is not a great move, but okay. Bishop e6 was played. Clearly here the better move was knight takes e4, and if white also recaptures, then queen d5 is a very good move here for black. So this is the way black should have continued. One of the knight, he will recover one of the knights by taking one of the knights. But anyway, bishop e6 was played, castling, bishop d6, knight went back, castle by black, d4, and now after d4, black played this move bishop to b4, because I believe he saw the threat of e5, which is a fork. So I like this. But then what did black do later? This is what black did later. I'll tell you. Let's just proceed. The game went on. And okay, this is the first move by black. Well, what was the need to put this rook right in line of fire with the bishop? That's another error that the beginners make a lot, and I want everybody to learn from this. You place your pieces exactly where they can be taken. So before you touch the piece, think about your target square as well. That's a very good practice. Think about where you want to move the piece and whether it will be safe there. So this was bad, and of course white should have taken, but again the great white player did not take it. Bishop takes f2 check, and this is amazing because clearly white should have taken the rook, it was just free, but he played knight e4 and allowed the fork. And here again white moved the king. Why did white move the king? It's very bad. So let's flip the position and try to understand the white's thinking here. After bishop takes f2 check, it's a fork, but then white is attacking the bishop twice. So clearly knight takes f2, rook takes f2, king takes f2 would have been a nice outcome for white. But white decided to move the king and give the rook away. And also now after he takes back, the knight will be, many pieces will be lost here. Rook to d4 was played. Again white is not careful. Clearly winning chances for both the players. Ultimately I believe that in this game black won, but I wanted black's perspective because clearly that was a mistake. Taking that f2 pawn was a mistake. Why are you doing such things? And the white player again, great, did not take. Now this knight is attacked twice, you can see, but white player only moved his rook. So a piece was lost here, this way. And now this leads to total disaster. And of course black went on to win this game. He just mopped up the pawns. The names of the players here, please. And this was a total insane game, guys. Who is the white player? Who is the black player here? The white player is our very own Avdut Patil. The black player, equally great, is Miss Prajna. So both of you should take a look at this game. I'm sure if you've done your analysis, this is really not done. White player is Avdut here. You should have taken on f2, and the black player is Prajna. You didn't take that free rook when the rook came on d2. Why was that? Guys, let's see if there is any other game that I want to analyze. I want to analyze one game by Kavish, which he won against Lavanya. So Lavanya, here is the next game is for you. You should clearly study this game. Let me see if I can pull up that game now. Yes. So I will pull up Lavanya's game now, and then later we will do some tactics. Okay. I'm not analyzing all the games today. It's impossible to do that in an hour. But more or less, these are the areas of your improvement. Areas of improvement. Number one, pay attention at opponent's last move. Stop giving your pieces for free. Use your thinking time. So this is what you are going to do. Last game. This game is between Lavanya, who is playing the white pieces, and Kavish, who is playing the black pieces. I want to analyze it from Lavanya's point of view because Kavish won the game. So white actually lost. Let's see why Lavanya lost this game. The game opened with e4, e5, knight to f3. So clearly attacking the pawn, and Kavish here was careless in not protecting the pawn, but still Lavanya is not taking it. Lavanya, clearly you should have taken the pawn here. So if Lavanya is listening to this lecture, why did you not take that e5 pawn? You attacked the pawn and black paid no heed to that, but you should have taken that pawn on e5. Lavanya did not. Then some exchanges happened. Well, black, what are you doing here? Black is Kavish. Why is your knight developed in the corner like this? There is a line in chess. Knight on the rim is dim. So I did not appreciate this. I mean, this is not fair. You should have played that knight on... Why not on f6? How beautiful would the knight be on f6? I don't know. But anyway, knight took the pawn. Queen to h4. Kavish's favorite checkmate plan is coming up. Did Lavanya pay attention? Kavish is threatening queen takes f2 mate. Did Lavanya pay attention? Yes. She played g3. I want to praise Lavanya for this. Well done, Lavanya, well done. So she did not allow this simple checkmate. But now look what happened. Kavish played this queen to f6 and again created the same threat. And also this time attacking the knight. So was there a way to save the knight and also to save the checkmate? Is there a way to save the knight and also save the checkmate? The idea was very simple. You should have played the knight back to f3. What you should have done is, you should have brought this knight to f3 with the queen support. That way you would have saved the knight and also stopped the checkmate on f2. What did Lavanya do? Knight c4. So the mate that she earlier had stopped on the same square when the queen was on h4, she did not actually stop it this time. So Lavanya, I'm sure that you enjoyed this. You stopped the mate the first time, but you did nothing about this one. So you should have played knight to f3. Let's go back to that point. Over here, yes, the knight is attacked and also the checkmate threat is on. So you should have just brought this knight back to f3. And now the knight has got the support of the queen and there is no checkmate threat. So Lavanya, you should have played that. You would have saved the knight and also the checkmate. Guys, I am sure that you have actually understood a lot from these errors. Number one, use your time. Number two, don't give free pieces. Number three, watch your opponent's last move. What did my opponent play last? Pay attention to that. You have your plans, alright, but your opponent also has his own plans. So I'm sure that you've actually enjoyed this discussion, because it will help you improve your game. Now the seniors must be thinking, why are our games not discussed? Seniors, I will analyze your games later, because you made lesser blunders than these guys. So this was, and anyway today is Sunday, so it's the lecture for the B batch. So I analyzed the B batch games. Someday, of course, when it's the A batch, I'm going to analyze the A games as well. However, now it is time for us to go and conduct some tactical deal with some tactical positions. Keep your chat going till I get the setup ready for tactics. I hope you are ready to enjoy a session on the tactics. Before we go to the tactics, guys, let me share one interesting observation. This is about Avnish More. So if Avnish More is here, Avnish, are you here? I wonder if Avnish is here, and this has happened to a lot of players again. So I'm going to show you something interesting. Avnish, this is your record in the Thursday tournament. Let me pull that up. I'm going to show you something very interesting. I swear. Avnish More, if you are here. Okay, this is the Thursday podium finish. I was there, Samartha was there, Durvang was there, but that's not important. That is not important. Avnish More, what is important is, look at your position. You finished 28 out of 30. Avnish, do you see your name is here? Avnish, your name is here. So you finished 28 and you played 4 games and you lost all 4. So when I was making the analysis, I was very unhappy. Like, Avnish played 4 games and lost all 4. How did that happen? This is what happened, and you better tell me and have an explanation ready why that happened. You would not believe. Let's go to Avnish's performance, and every time look at the position that you will have here. Every time Avnish did not play. Avnish did not play. Avnish did not make a move. Avnish did not make a move. Man, 4 times. 4 times you lost because you did not just make a move. I want an explanation, Avnish, if you are here. Why did that happen? 4 games and you did not make a single move. You lost because you did not make one move. And when you lose a game, you lose your rating points. 4 games in a row you lost like that. Avoid that. If you have entered a tournament, you have entered the tournament to play. So make sure you please play. You just lost the games. So this is, okay, not fair. And now let us, as I promised, we are now going to visit leeches and we are going to do some tactics. I will set up everything the way we like it in terms of the board theme setting and everything. Let me pull up the leeches now, the leeches window. Here we go, leeches window. It's ready, I suppose. So are you, by the way. Okay, so I will, of course, as usual, be telling you, will share the arrows with you. And the first one we have, I suppose, is black to play. There you have the position, guys. Black to play. And here are your arrows. So should I take the rook? Okay. Should I play rook takes g2 check? Should I play bishop takes e4? Or should I double up, or rather play rook a8 and attack the queen? I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I think 2 minutes should be fine. Okay. Your 2 minutes have started. Start thinking. What do you think? The answers have started coming in, but of course, when the time runs below a minute, then I will surely pull the chat window, and later when the time runs to 0, you should, A batch guys then should give their opinion. I'll be with you in some seconds. The time has definitely gone, and it's below a minute now, so I will pull up the chat window. There you go. So the chrome arrow, we get that again. Red arrow, yellow arrow, blue arrow. Well, I think we've got all the colors here. My word. So the seniors, wait another 30 seconds and keep your lines ready. What do you think is the best move? Seniors should hold their horses for another 14 seconds. So Rutu is saying blue, Purvesh Kulkarni is saying yellow, or golden as we call it, or chrome, the word by Parth Hardankar. The time is now 0. Kshitij, you are here before 0. It's not fair. So let us see. Kshitij says that Kshitij is not even red. Okay, Kshitij is saying red arrow. So Vihang also thinks it's red arrow. And Saumitra says red arrow. So everybody seems to agree with the red arrow. The line being rook takes g2 check, king takes g2, bishop takes e4 check, and it's a discovered attack on the queen. So let me come on cam to congratulate whom? Congratulate all those who said red arrow. So well done all of you. Ankit Banerjee seems to have left us because we were dealing with the tournament games. He didn't play that. Otherwise, I would be waiting for his answer. Anyway, the seniors have given the right answers. Indeed, the red arrow. So I will execute the plan on leeches. And now, this is just to set up this discovered attack. So bishop will take this pawn and give the check, and we will be able to win the queen on a7. Everybody, please appreciate the plan that you see. The plan is that you sacrificed on g2 so that you can take this pawn with the bishop, and you will be able to win the white queen. So I'm going to do just that, execute it, and I'm going to win the queen. So congratulations, major success. And I'm going to get ready for the next position now. The next position, guys, is also going to be black to play. Here is your position. Jay, let us count the material. So queen for both, a rook, but white is an exchange up. So black to play, so we have to make the most of this position that we have. So are we going to play the rook to f7? Are we going to play knight h3 check? Are we going to play knight e2 check? Or are we going to play the queen to h3? Oh, sorry. Are we going to take on d7 here? So this is what you have. Your time should start now. So there you go. When it's under a minute, I'll pull up the chat window. Keep your answers coming. Somehow, Prathamesh Gavkar seems to believe that he is from the B batch. I wonder, he should wait till the time runs to 0. Gavkar, don't be so hasty. Parth Hardankar says that his computer screen shows different colors. Well, I hope you see the same colors I do. It's under a minute, so I'm going to pull up the chat window. This is what your friends are saying. Yellow, blue, red. Seniors, keep your answer ready, but you have Chitij. Don't type it before the time runs to 0. Wait for the time to run to 0, and then you can type the entire line. Meanwhile, the juniors keep trying it. What color arrow shows the best move for black in this position? Black is an exchange down. Another 15 seconds for seniors. Rupak believes red arrow. Time up, the seniors. What are they saying? Seniors, complete line of thought. Saumitra has shared the first line. He's saying knight e2. First, you should type the name of the color of the arrow. Saumitra, color of the arrow, please. So Vihang is saying the blue arrow. He says knight h3 check, king to what? He's saying king to g2, then rook f2 check, king h1, queen f3 check. Kshitij is saying knight h3 check, king g2, then rook takes f2 check, king h1, queen f3 is made. If after king f1, rook takes f2 checkmate, if king f1, okay. Magnificent. So the blue arrow is getting a lot of votes. Gavkar says golden arrow. Sagar is saying golden arrow. So let me now come on camera to tell you the correct answer. The winning response is the blue arrow. Absolutely. The blue arrow is right. Knight h3 check. Okay, look at the continuation. So you didn't think it through. Those who chose the other arrows, always try to take it through, and it should be fourth. So let me show that on leeches. Okay, here we go. The thing is, let me see. Okay, the thing is, why this makes sense is because of this rook that actually gets the semi-open file. So after knight h3 check, you should notice how this rook suddenly comes into play. This knight moved. Okay, so now you have this rook takes f2 check with the knight support. The only move is king going to h3, and now queen f3 is going to be checkmate. So congratulations all those who said the blue arrow. Fantastic, brilliant. We will do another couple of positions at least before we stop. So this is the second last position. Let me bring the position. This time it is going to be white to play. It's not black to play this time. It's white to play. This is the position. Again, my assistant Jay. What is the position? Queen for both, 2 rooks for both, and 3 minor pieces for both. What about the pawn position? Black has 6 pawns and so does white. So the material is balanced, right, Jay? The material is balanced. And what are the choices? Well, let's create some choices for you. White to play. So should queen just make the green arrow move? Queen taking g7 check. Should the knight take on e6? Should the rook be played to c7? Or is there a meaningful sacrifice with the bishop on the g6? So these are your options, and I want now you to use your countdown timer. I'll be with you in a minute. Enjoy the background music. By the way, the background music has changed today. Let me know your thoughts on the background music. So let me pull up the chat window. It's under a minute now. This is what your friends are saying. We have had only one vote so far. Only Saga saying blue arrow. And now Pooja ma'am has entered the arena. She's saying the red arrow, making the bishop sacrifice. Okay, seniors, hold your horses. Purvesh is saying green arrow. Prathamesh, Parth Hardankar likes the music. Thank you so much. Namish is saying blue arrow. Another 10 seconds before our seniors guide us on what they think. All right, the time is up. Seniors, shoot. What are you going to share with us? Kshitij is the first. Green arrow, he says. Queen takes g7. King takes g7. Knight f5, which is a double check, by the way. King g8. And then what? Then he says knight h6 is checkmate. Saumitra says green arrow. Vihang Gone says green arrow. I don't think Nijapkar has given us a reply. Gaukar is supporting the green arrow, but he does not share the line with us. He's a lazy fellow, doesn't like to type a lot. Jay is supporting the green arrow with the same kind of continuation, but he did not type the checkmate move. So let me guide the juniors on this. Well, this is why seniors are senior. And yes, Kshitij says that knight e7 is also checkmate. That is wonderful. That is just amazing to add to that answer, Kshitij. Wonderful indeed. Let me now come on camera. And indeed, the green arrow is right. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Swag. People with the swag. Okay. This is amazing. And by the way, knight e7 is also checkmate. That was wonderful of Kshitij. So if the B batch guys are wondering how is it, let me show that on leeches. And this was the second last position. Remember, we will do one more position before we stop for today. Let me quickly show you this position first. I'm going to play that on leeches. Guys, queen should make this. We should sacrifice the queen. Queen should take this bishop on g7. And now I've always highlighted that this power of the double check. So knight should go to f5 and give a double check. So it will be checked by the knight and also checked by the bishop. And if you remember always me telling you that the power of the double check is that the king has to move. You cannot block the double check. So now after knight f5 check, the king has only one square to go, which is g8. And yes, knight h6 is made, but so is knight e7. So that was amazing of my students to add that even knight e7 is checkmate. Wonderful. I appreciate that. I'm going to go with the improvised knight e7 thing. Brilliant, brilliant, and absolutely brilliant. Kshitij and all those seniors. I don't think Nijapkar participated this time. Okay, so we will now go to the last position for today, and the last position is black to play. The video streaming is perfect, Kshitij. Maybe video is lagging at your side. Over here, my streaming shows it's perfect. So if your net is down, it might be lagging. No problems from my side. Okay, so we will go to this last position, and it is last position for this lecture. Let us see whether it is black to play or white to play. It's black to play. So I am going to pull up that position. Here it is. Okay, Jay, my partner. Position, material, please. Queen for both. 2 rooks for both. A minor piece for both. And 5 pawns to 4 pawns. So black is a pawn down here, Jay. Am I right? Black is a pawn down here. But still it's black to play. So yes, it's -1 for black. What can we do here? As far as arrows are concerned, it's black to play. So should black take this queen with a green arrow? Should the queen take this pawn here on c2 and give a check? Should here the king be moved to a safer square? Or should the rook be taking the safety position and coming on to c7? Okay, this is really interesting. What arrow is it? Or is it none of these? Let me know if you think it's none of these. I might be playing a trick with you, who knows? So let me know if you think that's also the answer. But anyway, first try to choose the color that makes the best move. Your time should start. The time has started. Well, it is not white to play. It is black to play. Enjoy the music. I'll be with you in a minute. So under a minute, I've pulled up the chat screen for this last position for today. Another 50 seconds. So the juniors have voted for red. Mostly it's red, except for Parth Hardankar, who is now saying blue arrow or chrome arrow. My God, it's not a multiple choice question. Like it's a Karodpati show and I have given you a 50-50 lifeline. I know. Parth Hardankar, please make your choice. Is it blue or is it the chrome arrow as you call it? You cannot be making choices here. Stick to one. Is it possible for you to make 2 moves if it is your game? What would you play as black? Choose one. Namish is saying blue arrow. Jay is saying none of this. And shouldn't Jay be waiting till the time comes to 0? Jay, this is the second blunder you're making. First, you are revealing whether it is legal or illegal. And now the answer. Now the time is up. Datta is saying queen takes c2. So Datta actually likes the red arrow. So here is the line the seniors are sharing with us. They're saying queen takes c2 check. King a1 is forced. Queen takes d1 check. Rook takes d1. And bishop takes f6 deflection. And we are going to be a rook up. I wonder, I'm looking at Jay's, I'm waiting for Jay's response. He said none of these. So if it is none of these, my God, Jay, what's your answer then? Saumitra agrees with the red arrow. Vihang says the red arrow is fine. We are winning the rook, he says. And now let me come on cam to tell you what is the correct answer. And the correct answer is indeed the red arrow. Jay, it is not none of these. The red arrow. Yes, what you, and it's amazing, Jay, that you think it's none of these. You were the one to say it is illegal. Bishop taking the rook. So that was the tactic, to deflect the rook, and then the illegal move at the moment becomes a legal move. So that's how funny chess is. I'm sure other seniors are loving this because Jay was the one to say it's illegal. That's exactly what you had to play, Jay, to make it legal later. So let's go back. I'm going to play it actually on Lichess. So here is what it is. Queen takes c2, king drops to a1, and now queen sacrifice. Queen takes, I believe, okay, let me do that. Yes, the rook was deflected. And now remember, when the rook got deflected, now bishop can take the queen. However, if Jay, you were thinking that that cannot be deflected because even bishop can take that, well, I'm sorry that Kshitij did not reveal this line. If bishop takes the queen, not the rook, to maintain the pin, well, then there is, well, why am I using the green arrows? If the bishop takes the queen to keep the pin intact, well, then rook c1 is just checkmate. I am sure that this is what was, wanting from the answer of the seniors. I don't think you looked at this. So Jay, not none of this. This is the answer. So that's why, to avoid the mate, white took with the rook, and that means that our bishop is not pinned anymore. So we will take the queen, and now Jay, you are my partner. We are at full rook up in this situation. What a brilliant tactical session we've had. I am very happy, and I'm sure that you also enjoyed the session. Let me know your thoughts on this. We will wrap up this session for now. We will now meet on Wednesday for a game session. Up until that time, stay home, stay safe. Had fun bringing this lecture to you. And Ankit Banerjee will have sent you the WhatsApp details on your number on Leeches. All the others, learn from your mistakes. Bye-bye.